Welcome back. I'm not gonna tell you how to run your life. Oh, who am I kidding? Yes, I am.
Every time you buy a console, it always brings about the question, what games are you gonna buy? Well, let me be the one to help you through this tough time. Give your collection a kickstart, or just get some good games.
I'm gonna be going through a load of consoles, going through each and listing 3 games I think are that console's must-have games. I'm gonna be starting with the NES. Yeah, I know. Cliché.
You could always just go with Mario plus Duck Hunt, but I'd rather not bring up compilations or that be the whole list. On top of that, I just wouldn't pick these games. There's far better light gun games out there, and Mario, that brings me to my first pick.
I may want them dead, but man is Super Mario Bros. 3 a good game. And it's also what I'd rather pick over the first. It's not only one of the best NES games, but one of the best Mario games, period.
While it may be another platformer, DuckTales is just too solid to leave off this list. Pretty good visuals, music, and gameplay, as well as having enough challenge to last you a bit. Won't leave you bankrupt either.
Last one for NES, and I'll keep it brief, mostly because I've talked about it before, that being Marble Madness. Your unique, quick-paced game. Very cool.
I'd say this is a good selection. Mario 3, DuckTales, and Marble Madness.
Here's another console with the letter N in it. Now here's what to get for it. Super Mario World is an obvious pick, but if you're already Mario'd out, then another great SNES platformer is Donkey Kong Country.
Another pick for the SNES in my eyes is definitely SimCity. It's the kind of game you'd not expect on the system, but it works fantastically despite that. I also just like SimCity in general. Great series.
Third and final pick for the Super Nintendo is F-Zero. Now, I may not own the game necessarily, but I've played it on the SNES Classic. It is a great showcase of the Super Nintendo's technical abilities. And not only that, but flat out is just a good racing game.
The only real problem with this game is that it's single player only, but that's alright. In my eyes, you don't need friends. You're a SNES owner now. Final Super Nintendo selections, Super Mario World / Donkey Kong Country, SimCity, and F-Zero. It's a good mix of genres, and now I'm talking about the Nintendo 64.
I'm not gonna need to explain this. The N64 is a hard one to pick for this generation and on, really. This is where games really started to come into their own, be unique, do their own things, so it's harder to pick games that everyone should be playing. Mario 64 is the exception. So, first of my possibly not your thing picks, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Technically second.
Yeah, I may have talked about it like literally last episode, but this should have been obvious, right? Ocarina of Time is the Nintendo 64 game. Console's dictionary definition is the thing you play Ocarina of Time on. An absolute classic. Now, have I finished it?
I plead the fifth.
Look, it's a meaty game, and I really would rather play, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 09.
It's 09-erific.
I'm also already far enough in that I'd safely be able to put it on this list.
Now, I had a real tough time picking this last one, but I think Mischief Makers is a good pick. Not really sure how to describe it other than 2.5D and platformer, so just trust me on this one. I know what I'm talking about.
There, my final picks for the Nintendo 64 are Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Mischief Makers. Now, I might go back to it, but I'm taking a break from Nintendo and looking at the Mega Drive.
Now, I couldn't get through this section without mentioning Sonic, so my pick for that series would probably have to be Sonic 2. It's the most pick-up-and-play Sonic game in the series. Speed unmatched, very easy to get into. I've also already pre-established how much I really don't like Sonic 1.
Well, second, Streets of Rage. It's a pretty standard beat-em-up, but it's a lot of fun with a friend. I have also not played the game in years, but that's more of a testament to how much I don't play the Mega Drive than me not liking this game.
What's probably also a testament to my not playing the Mega Drive much is that my third pick for it is not for the Mega Drive.
I know, the 32X is a big barrier of entry, but the only idea I had for the last lot was Cool Spot. And I like Cool Spot, but it's not much of a system seller. Star Wars Arcade, on the other hand, quite literally sold me on the 32X. It's a damn impressive game. Now, I may not know much about Star Wars, I've seen the first 6 and consider that enough, but I think this game stands on its own. You pilot a ship and shoot stuff in 3D space. How is that not cool? If you've played it, I'd describe it as the ancestor of Rogue Squadron, and if you like that, you'll like this, or at least appreciate it for being impressive. So yeah, Mega Drive picks Sonic 2, Streets of Rage, and Star Wars Arcade. And if you don't want to buy the 32X...
Desert Strike is pretty cool. Spot goes to Hollywood? I have strong feelings about the PlayStation library. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great games on that system. I just think there's not enough. For every one Final Fantasy VII, there's about 5 A Bug's Life. I also think conversations about the games I'm about to mention have been done to death. So quickly, Crash Bandicoot 2, Metal Gear Solid, Microsoft Free. Alright, PS2 time, let's go.
The PS2 has a lot of games, so where do you begin? I'd suggest We Love Katamari, which I've already talked about in decent enough depth, so just go watch that. My second pick should be obvious from the point I said PS2, but of course, Gran Turismo 4. Why 4? I've never played 3. Yeah, I'm not much of a racing game guy, especially not simulation racer, but I can appreciate the game for other reasons. I see it as a game that the majority of people wanting a PS2 in the first place would like. I mostly think the visuals are pretty.
I'm only gonna say this once, and then maybe say it again later. I love Jak and Daxter. The whole series, really, but if I have to pick one to suggest, it'd probably be the first.
My favorite game in the series may be Jak 2, but I think as a singular experience, the first Jak and Daxter is great. It's one of the best 3D platformers on the system flat out. Great animations, gameplay, characters. If you only ever play one game on the PS2, I think it ought to be this. So, my final PS2 picks. We Love Katamari, Gran Turismo 4, and Jak and Daxter.
I would do the PS3, but the PS3 has such a great library, some of the greatest games of all time. They're two obvious picks. If you're getting the PS3, you already know what to get for it. Also, in good confidence, I couldn't recommend Mud Nation Racers over The Last of Us. Now, leaving Sony because I couldn't care less about the PS4 or 5, my favorite PS4 game is on the PS3. Returning to Nintendo, the next console I'm gonna be telling you what to do with is the GameCube. This is probably my favorite console of all time. It's just perfect in my—
Get Animal Crossing. This game has given me hundreds of hours of entertainment over the years. Graphics may be outdated, and that's fair to think, but the visual style itself is just so nice. Such a calm and charming game.
I also quite like Luigi's Mansion. It may not be calm, but it is very unique.
And I like that about it. I also love the atmosphere and lighting. It's a very special game, albeit a little too short. It tries to be/do something different.
Unsurprisingly, I'm gonna have to pick Super Mario Sunshine. This one's not optional. You get a GameCube, you're getting Sunshine.
I quite like Mario Sunshine, and your only other option for big main GameCube platformer is Sonic Adventure 2, which is great and all, but that's not really a GameCube game, so it's all you got. Final GameCube list: Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, and Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, wasn't it great going back to Nintendo? Yeah, so the Sega Saturn.
It's not far-fetched to say Nights into Dreams. It's a weird yet fun game, which is a descriptor for most of my favorites. It's also very arcadey and high-score based, making for a game you could replay a lot.
Daytona USA is a game I got just because the very opening made me laugh.
It's also just flat out good. Its fast controls are alright, and it even supports the free D-pad, albeit not intentionally. A cool and approachable racing game.
I know what you may be thinking.
This is a compilation, yes, but it contains a whole little 3D platformer. I'd say that's enough for me to throw my money at it. And there finishes off the Sega Saturn. Final Saturn list: Nights into Dreams, Daytona USA, and Sonic Jam.
Well, those are my picks for games you should get on some of those consoles. If you disagree with any of these, why'd you watch this? This is my channel. This is my show. Why would I not tell you my opinion? It's so nine-horrific. It's so nine-tastic. It's so nine... It's so nine-rageous. It's Assassin's Creed.